This is Continental Tyres 150 on the road, which celebrates the completion of 150 years in business for German tyre company Continental. The reason behind the brand's longevity is German engineering, which is synonymous with precision. We celebrate the brand's journey with two influencers whose stories are exciting and enchanting.
Hi guys, I'm Savi.
I'm Vid. We are from Bruce Passports and we are here to celebrate 150 years of Continental Tyres.
Happy birthday, Continental.
Hi, my name is Faisal Khan and I have come here to celebrate 150 years of Continental Tyres. In October, Continental is going to be taking us to a few places in Asia. But today, I am going to be taking you to a Continental dealership where we are going to be checking out a series of tyres followed by an off-roading trip where we are going to be testing these tyres on a variety of terrain. So I invite you to join these celebrations. Happy birthday, Continental. Congratulations on completing 150 years.
Faisal Khan is an automobile influencer and has 1.2 million followers on YouTube. And the team from Bruce Passports has travelled over 100 countries and are regarded as travel superheroes by their over 700,000 followers on Instagram.
ये जो टायर्स हैं ये चेंज करने हैं ठीक है तो अलाइनमेंट आप देख लो इसकी जो कंडीशन है ना वो जरा आप देख लो.
On this episode, we will be off-roading on the Delhi-Gurugram-Faridabad highway. Faisal is just back from a trip in Ladakh and is getting his tyres fixed at a Continental Tyres dealership in Gurugram. As I go and spot him, why don't you go through the history of Continental Tyres, a brand that was born in the year 1871.
150 years of Continental. That's 6 generations. Your great-great-grandparents already knew us when the first car was just a dream. Since then, we have changed many times, grown by achievements and challenges, strengthened by our culture, equipped for the future. Mobility has always been our heartbeat. For 150 years, we are proud of our history, and we will keep on moving. Making mobility safe, clean, smart, sustainable, and affordable is our mission. That is what we work on every day since 1871, tomorrow and beyond.
Hi Faisal, good to see you.
Hi, Ambika, same here.
Invested in your vehicle, I see. How was Ladakh?
Ladakh was fantastic. It was challenging but definitely a lot of fun.
Talking about challenging, it's a desert terrain, there's low oxygen. So while traveling, what all does one need to carry with oneself in addition to an oxygen cylinder, I imagine?
First and foremost, you need to take a good four-wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah.
Make sure the tires on the car are in good condition, and of course the essential bits like you said, oxygen, probably a tent, extra fuel and the likes.
Alright, so what's got you here?
I've actually come to check the tires on the car and probably change them as well.
Alright, so which ones are you considering?
Well, let's check them out.
I can't wait.
Now, when you look at the tires,
Yeah,
these are the UC6, these are the CC6 tires.
they are beautiful. You think
I
they
know.
could work as sculptures in my house?
Definitely, since you don't drive, I think that would be one route you can take.
That is correct. That's a great idea. So which ones are you going to pick?
So these are actually the Gen 6 tires from Continental.
Right.
For a person like me, I would choose UC6. UC6 stands for Ultra Contact 6 for the 6th generation tires, of course. And you can see the groove on these tires. mainly for performance driving, dynamic driving. If you're driving in the wet, you get complete control, great steering precision and maneuverability. So these are the tires I'm going to opt for.
So if somebody was driving from, let's say, Delhi to Kanyakumari, and they drive through the monsoons, through potholes, through the Indian roads, some beautiful highways, which one would you recommend? The UC6?
These ones, the UC6, because even in terms of performance and braking in wet weather conditions, they are exceptional.
All right, and for somebody like me who is a backseat driver, who does not want to drive, who wants to read a book in the backseat, I don't want to feel bumps, I want to go on hills, but yet I don't want to feel the altitude. So
all right, there is actually a tire series for the same known as the CC6,
okay.
Comfort Contact 6. These tires are meant to go the long haul and they're oriented towards comfort.
Right.
So you're really going to enjoy those.
Lovely. 4 of these, please. And what about the person who's packing up for Ladakh and needs to drive in the Ladakhi environment?
So something like off-road and adventure, they have another series for the same known as the AX6.
All right. Well, this has been extremely informative. I did not know that there's so many different kinds of tires, and now we're going to meet a gentleman who will tell us more about tires and the history of Continental.
All right, let's go.
Continental Tyres was born in the year 1871. The company entered the Indian market in the year 2011. In the last 10 years, which tyres have been your best sellers in the country?
See, to be very honest, globally as well as what we did in India, we basically focus a lot on innovation. It's all about German engineering, it's about technology, it's about providing the best solution to the consumers. So I would not say that one particular tire has been doing well for us. I think the entire portfolio, if I look at it, and we have been, I would say we've been lucky that the consumers also have accepted us pretty well, and we are quite known in the premium segment. So we as a brand globally as well as in India also, we occupy that premium positioning. So there I think we are doing extremely well for last 10 years. If you look.
Continental Tyres has globally partnered with some of the most premium car companies. I would think the USP of the company is German engineering. So right. What do you think is unique about German engineering with respect to Continental Tyres?
See, apart from German engineering, there is one more thing which is extremely important, and that is the philosophy of the organization. So I would say one of the major reasons that we have been able to sustain ourselves for about 150 years is because for us, customer is the center of everything. So whatever we do, it's like R&D, it's designing the product, it's looking into the cars. So whatever we do, we keep in mind what does the customer want, and we build our stories around that. So I would say that is one of the major reasons you would say, apart from if you would see that we are not only into tires, we are into a lot of other things. So there's a saying which goes that in a car, if you take out I think 1 or 2 things, everything else we manufacture.
Yeah, so what are the most important features that Continental focuses on with respect to tires?
So as I said, because we have, I mean, we look at customer as the first thing, and we look at what customer requires. So for us, one of the most important thing is the safety. What we look at is how do we ensure safety of the consumer, and how do we ensure that what we deliver to the consumer is absolutely top of the line. So first obviously is safety. The second part what we look at is comfort, because that is the one thing that, and fortunately for us in India as well, when we look at the infrastructure what it was 5 years back and the infrastructure that we are looking at now, we find more and more requirements coming where people are willing to drive at higher speeds, but they want control over the vehicles, and that is where we are kind of filling the gap, and our safety and comfort fits the bill like as a T if you call it.
Tell us how sustainable this technology is, and are you looking for any alternate sources?
That's a brilliant question, because if you look at the current scenario, not only tire trade, if you look at across the industry, the climate change, climate control, renewable energy, carbon footprint, decarbonization, these are some of the buzzwords that you will be hearing. And we as an organization which has a global footprint, we are also extremely, I would say, sensitive to the fact that we are using renewable energy, and that is a philosophy which is which not only is global, but we are also looking at to do the same thing here at Modipuram. One of the things in which we have kind of made a breakthrough, apart from the fact that yes, we are using a lot of things that could be renewed, is you would know that normally the rubber is, we take natural rubber from the plants, which is the rubber plant. Plus we also use synthetic rubber into these things. But now we are developing a technology wherein we would be using dandelion flowers, and they would be used to make rubber.
So, Faisal, you are an ace auto influencer. You've driven so many cars in so many different terrains. How important is a tire to the entire experience?
I think tires can be best explained on the road.
Sounds like a brilliant idea. You are watching Continental Tyres 150 years on the road. This show celebrates the completion of 150 years in business of German tire company Continental Tyres. Built to take on difficult terrain, specially crafted for the thrill seekers and the adventure lovers, these are superior all-terrain tires with excellent durability, low road noise and tread design engineered for ultimate control and performance, especially in off-road conditions, which is why when you want to make adventure count, turn to the AX6. We're now headed to the Gurgaon-Faridabad highway where Faisal will test the tires of this car on different terrains. Faisal, I'm so inquisitive. Tell us a bit about your journey as an ace automobile influencer. How did it start?
So actually I started off by writing about cars on the internet.
How old were you?
I was 17 years old.
Okay.
And then one thing led to another and here I am.
But it's not that you just did this, you also got yourself a couple of degrees, right?
Yeah, I'm an MBA in finance.
Okay. And so you continue to blog throughout your exams. So how often did you do it? Did you do it on a daily basis?
Yeah, I used to write blogs every day.
Like what did you write about when you were that age and you were not exposed or you were not kind of contacted by car companies or tire companies back then?
I used to write about new car launches, my opinion on cars, about my favorite cars and generally about cars and motorcycles and anything to do with automobiles.
Alright, and did you ever imagine that being an influencer would be such a great career option 17 years down the line?
Never ever.
Alright, and for all the budding influencers out there, I've spoken to you, you have so much advice. Please share some. How should they manage themselves better? How should they make it into a financially lucrative career? What are the mistakes people make? What are the mistakes you made?
So, mistakes is something which you're going to make every day. You just need to learn from them. And honestly, what I feel is a person needs to follow their passion. Everything else will fall into place. Don't look at the commercial side of things, just look at what you love doing, and then obviously if you love what you do, you're not going to feel the pinch of it at all. Tell
us about the different kind of vehicles that you have driven.
So basically I've driven everything which has wheels, whether it be a moped or a scooter or a motorcycle in terms of cars, small, big, medium, supercars, you name it. But more exciting than that, I've driven trucks, I've driven auto rickshaws, electric ones as well, and a JCB too.
You have almost 400,000 followers on your Instagram and over 700,000 on your YouTube channel.
More than 1.2 million.
God. You have 1.2 million followers on your YouTube channel and about 400,000 followers on Instagram. Tell us about some of the embarrassing fan moments.
So basically wherever I go, there is a fan. Like even if I go for a massage, it happens that the person follows me. And they kind of get nervous. They tell me that, you know what, I'm actually a follower. I see your content, I'm nervous. So,
I'd be scared. Then.
So usually this is what happens. Like wherever you go, it's a restaurant, it's a dealership, it's a movie. Somewhere or the other you'll meet a fan because people are a lot passionate about cars. So that's something which is very interesting and also kind of freaky to me at times.
So tell us a bit about the tire technology in this car.
So the Continental Tyres we are using are designed for today's modern high-performance SUV. The asymmetric rib pattern tread with a silica tread compound gives excellent grip under braking, especially on wet surfaces. The tire's unique contour flattens into a wider footprint under braking to give maximum stopping power. The outside shoulder has been designed for superb steering precision and cornering stability. The open inner shoulder and circumferential grooves provide high aquaplaning resistance for safety in the wet.
What inspired you to be an automobile influencer at 17?
Honestly, I never thought about becoming an influencer, and when I started there was no concept of influencers either. It all just fell into place because as a child I had a lot of interest in cars. I remember in school days I used to race with my classmates from the assembly to the classroom in the morning, and we used to pretend to be automobiles ourselves. Then I started writing about cars when blogging started, and I'm like the first automobile blogger in India back in 2007. As they say, one thing led to another, and here I am.
So tell me, if there's so much conversation about tires giving you such a smooth ride, why wouldn't people buy a mid-range to a low-range car and just kind of, you know, add very fancy tires to get a better ride?
Because the thing is
that possible? Does it change the whole dynamic?
Tires do play a very important part in a car. However, it all depends on what you want. Considering our road condition, you don't want to go for sportier tires. You want to go for tires which are more oriented towards comfort. If you're going on the track, you can go for low profile tires which are more oriented towards performance and dynamic driving. So there's no one solution for all. There's no one tire which fits all. So depending on your requirements, you have to choose a tire. If one tire does everything, then there will not be need for multiple range of tires.
We are now at an outdoor off-roading facility in Gurugram where Faisal is going to be testing the tires on various terrains. Good to go, Faisal? So how was your experience?
The experience has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, just look at the terrain here. So much fun.
So what are the different kinds of terrains over here?
Well, there are a multitude of terrains. So you get a lot of mud, you also have a little bit of slush, rocky terrain, there's a pond as well. So you get to experience the car in such a multitude of road conditions.
So how did the tires perform?
Exceptional. These Continental tires offer great amount of comfort, great control to the driver, and of course, no matter what the terrain, they just glide through.
I'm sure you as an influencer have driven on so many different terrains. Which is your best? And remember, everybody listening is going to jot down and quickly drive there. So tell us where.
So personally for me, I love the terrain in Ladakh because it's not constant, it's ever changing. So in just one location in a matter of a few kilometers, you get to experience so many different kind of terrains, which is fantastic fun.
All right, Faisal, you have worked so hard. I think you deserve a treat, you deserve some energy, you deserve some cake. What do you think?
Well, sounds good.
Claude Continental Tyres was born in the year 1871. It has completed 150 years on the road. How does it feel?
We're absolutely delighted to be celebrating 150 years of Continental. It's been an incredible journey and a matter of pride that over a century and a half, Continental has not only survived but thrived as an innovator. The future in motion, that's Continental's tagline, Continental's byline. And over 150 years, we have worked on future-oriented technologies which now, in today's world, appear to be commonplace. The first to produce a treaded tire, the first tire made out of synthetic rubber, And the tubeless tire, patent application for the tubeless tire, that's all commonplace today, but made possible by 150 years of reimagining the future in motion. Sustainability is a core element of Continental's future. Whether it's products whose usage ensures high sustainability, products designed to ensure that they fit into the circular economy, and production processes with a low carbon footprint. All these are elements of our sustainability program. Modipuram, our plant here, is already using electricity supplied from a certified 100% renewable source. Steam generation, which is a part of the production process, here we will transition from coal to low carbon, which is natural gas biomass. So, as we did in the past, so also into the future. Continental, on its 150th birthday, rededicates itself to the future in motion. And with our internal strategy of in the market, for the market, Continental will bring these technologies into the Indian market.
बहुत जॉयफुल सफ़र रहा है। पिछले 6 साल से हम काम कर रहे हैं कॉन्टिनेंटल के साथ और 6 साल से लगातार कॉन्टिनेंटल के टायर बेच रहे हैं जो काफ़ी हाई परफॉर्मेंस और अच्छे टायर्स हैं। जिस प्रकार से 10 साल में कॉन्टिनेंटल ने ग्रो किया है, शायद किसी और कंपनी ने ग्रो किया और मुझे उम्मीद है कि अग्रणी अगले 10 सालों में इससे भी ज़्यादा उन्नति की ओर प्रखर करेंगे कॉन्टिनेंटल टायर्स।
We are very glad to be associated with Continental for the last 1 decade.
Congratulations for 150 years of Continental. Happy 150 years.
Congratulations, Continental!
Thank you.